Negative spaces, there's a never moment. My critical corners part 2, it has happened. Oh, it actually has happened. Gonna get most people on runs. That is a cheeky. Oh my lord! Oh my! Half a second gap for Razin. He might get closer. Never mind. Razin's got a lot of people. Got a lot of people to fight for. Is this 4 wide? 4 wide for a second does not go into 1. Oh my! Down the outside, takes a wider line than he wants, and they make contact. Josh is out of the race. A little weaving moment. I think one of them, I couldn't tell who, had a little bit of rear end. I think it's quite clear who's got the quicker car between the two of them. Dylan's making Josh think about it the entire way up the hill. He's actually gonna pull off the move. That is an impressive move up the hill. Oh, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to NSL. It is round 12. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. There's action about to happen, probably. The title's still going and there's things still happening. And unfortunately, I have seen the redemption that Josh has done to say he's the first person in the stream and the one that Raul has done. Anyways, moving on, let's talk about Austria because I don't want to see or think about it, and that's very painful scenarios. Either way, we move. Let me talk about the track quickly and foremost. First, all that good stuff. It's a track, it's tricky, it's fun. It's got, I think this might be quite, if there's anyone close pace-wise, there's not going to be any chance anyone's gapping anyone. It will be overtaken at turn 3, at turn 4, wiggling around the middle sector, and then all over again at turn 1 and all the same. Over and over. An Aethys drop to 7 months. No Gillette Intimate ads. I respect it. I respect it. Listen, it's kind of rude that Twitch is doing that too, but that's good. That's very good. Thank you, Ethan. Appreciate it. Anyways, yeah, 36 laps. Lap records as it is. It's a short track. It's got the softest tyres out there. The setups and stuff that people run. We don't know. There's options. And unfortunately, my employers will not be happy. But yeah, I'm wearing. I've been. If you spend 50,000 damage points, this is what you've got to do. And I'm in this. This is pain. This is pain. But we're in it. Anyways, gonna get flash votes with Kizum, Fabio Berdery last. I remember that time. Bushy Mum said hello and Pooch is bro. But yeah, Pooch is not even racing today, is he? The whole I'm sorry to the family, the Bush family, you legends. And you know what? At least you get, if you are still watching, to just chill out and not be too stressed. You can just enjoy driving now. You don't have to be like, this man needs to do well. Just relax. It's a good time. Why is Maddie so hyped and excited? Welcome in. I hope you're good. I hope you're good. It wasn't Dylan, it was Raul this time. Dylan's not actually hopped in yet. I'm happy and ecstatic with this information. It's pain. I've got a man with... That's... good. Anyways, yeah, let's do the thing. Let's go set the lobby and make sure that's good and all that things. It's opened early enough, so I think we should get a voice chat suspension. Also... There's a sprint today. I don't know if I've explained that or showed that. We should probably show the things that explain that early, just in case anyone's confused. Sprint round is out here. We've got a 12-lap dash at Austria. The sprint in our format, we did this... I think we had this idea before F1 did, so we are going to absolutely be claiming that as our idea. But anyways, restart the music. That was required. We're Austria first. 8 people can get points. 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1 are the points that you can get from 1st to 8. Fastest lap counts. And then we'll do the actual normal round with qualifying and a race. Quali's just obviously shorter, so we have more time. But that's it. So sprint, quali, race. Sprint is set from the reverse championship order, which I do believe has Ryan on pole position. That's Curtis Gunn in 2nd, Cloudfish in 3rd, Raul in 4th, Ethan, Sasso, F1 Kid, and Josh at the back of the grid. Because he's at the top of the championship, obviously, it makes sense. You get the gist. You might be familiar with some names there, because obviously, if they're still at the bottom or top of the championship, that's where they're meant to be. But we'll get to that, well, now. We're not starting it, but we will get to that shortly. Anyways, if I haven't pinged in the Discord, the lobby is open. You should join it. No Vegas sprint. None of that. Let's not say silly things like those words. Hang on. I forget we've had Vegas as a sprint. Sorry, I generally almost forgot how crazy that race was. And I mean, every time it's been an NSL, it's delivered. So until it doesn't, it can't go. So next season, next game, hopefully it's not horrible let's be real, it's horrible to drive now, but if it's there, it's there. Anyways, yeah. Let me set this up so it's all set. Probably don't need that, obviously, race length. We're doing a sprint. We're doing a sprint. Vegas is one of them. Vegas sprint 24 pole for... Listen. It will... I mean, Josh, as obviously helps run the league and stuff, as people know. If you don't know, he does a great job too. Hates me for that existing. He also probably doesn't like the sprints in general. And also wants an invite to the session. I should do that and invite the people in. We're after, what, 8 today? So... I should be speedily inviting the names. Where is he now? Where's a quick way of finding him? There we go. What would be good? What? Loserton is rude. Rude. You can wait, because I've got people who need to join the session, and they're gonna shout at me. And they're more important right now. Josh, let's get his invite in. F1 kid, I don't know if he's already in yet. He is not. I think all the PC people won't be. So I can get those in first. Boom for him. Sasso's returning back in. Since I'm racing down, I can now watch Raul take another L today. Raul doesn't do that. Ever. He's been clean cut in his racing and never locks the rears at any point in time. Which is quite... You can do that at a fair few places today, so... I'll be there to watch. I mean, I'm just here to watch some nice entertainment. Oh, there's some things that can happen in the grand scheme of the title, long time and stuff. So it should be fun. I think all the PC people are in. I don't remember if I pinned Sassa's name, but if I didn't have another one. He's the only one left. Okay, well, that was quick. That was good. Yeah, Josh and Sprint's strong disagreement. Strong disagreement, if you couldn't tell. But for entertainment, they'll be there. What did I miss from Maddie? What you say? Bush is rooting for me, actually. Maddie, you can and should join... not NSL. No, actually. You should join an open lobby stream, because that's where it's safer. You are not allowed to join this. You esports drivers except with permission. And you are banned from joining this. Only people who aren't allowed. Everyone else is good. Everyone else is fine. And then we're all chill. Runs in for the spectator. If it's a race, I'm going to retire from it, so... It ain't going to be that bad. Harry, thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate you. Welcome into the stream. I hope you're good. Hope you're chilling. What else did I miss? I think I asked what he was doing, that's why I haven't read that yet. Esports Forza doesn't count. Forza RC hasn't been on for ages. That's actually their esports thing. I haven't run that in a long time. And that's motorsport, and you're not in it, so it does not count. So yeah, what did I miss? Been listening to motivational podcasts, I'm in a very good mood, and I'm good. And there's a lot of extra letters there. Going to Bristol tomorrow. Nice. Hope you enjoy that, by the way. Oh, there's a good time with the friends. Vine has redeemed things that can't be done by me or anyone. So I'm going to have to click no to all those things. I really want one day for us to, do... If we had time in an off-season between this game and the next, which we don't because delays, shush, I know, I'm already aware. But if we did, I would have loved to have, a quick meme championship where everyone can hop in and just chill, it's vibes, but everything that you can change in the chat is allowed to be done. You can turn it into a random no rules race, that you can have that sort of thing. Maybe we'll randomize the wheel and say one person pick what you can change for the thing. But it can't happen because we haven't got time, and we're going to skip straight into NSL Season 11 when that starts, so we're all good. Vine has redeemed many things. I will drink water. That one I can do. Thank you, Yvonne. We are good. My activity feed is just all mine on my top right now. Yeah. Sad to be on a coach again tomorrow. That sounds so loose. No, it's not. It's good. Listen, traveling is fun. I mean, I'm a big fan of it, and I probably sound dirty as well. Traveling's cool. Sitting on a coach train is a good time. NSL Chaos Mode sound... I would so love... The content brain of me would absolutely love to have NSL... A version of it where you guys have full control, permanently, normally. But I also love the seriousness, and... I can't put them together yet. I kind of did back in the day, missed up a lot of things. Had F2 season. What, for season 2, I think was F2? Maybe one day we find a way that we can sprinkle a tiny bit in, or we just force them to make a second thing off season where we do that. If you're down, chat, I'm down. I'm definitely down. Matter, you can join next season if you prepare. Definitely. But yeah, next season's gonna be on the new game. Soonish. I won't wait too long. I remember last time I think I waited 2 weeks most. I don't want anyone to get much warm up. I want you to basically be bare bones. You've barely driven it. At the most, you've maybe driven every track once, maybe not even that. That's it. There's no need for you to be sweating and practicing. You lot are going straight in the game. Should be fine. Hopefully we kick off and have a good, strong start. The only person we're missing is Southside, right? Yes. we've got everyone in pretty much in quick time, which is good, which means I can just focus on waffle. For 7 minutes, that's a long time to waffle. 7 minutes is a good amount of time. That's stress. That's stress. I don't know, man. Oh, he's here. He's here. He's trying to cook. Listen, we're here to see the cooking happen at all times. I'm thinking though, I can't wait till the next game. I want when we get the fresh game, we can I can refresh a few things. Just try some of. We've learned stuff. We can try some stuff out, and everyone probably likes that game again. Please be a good game. I'm so ready. The new games period is always so fun. It's always so fun. How does it say 8? Are we not meant to be having? We might have 9. Or someone just trying to have not expected. How am I not? How am I? Brain. Hang on. Oh, Ron's in a car. I was about to say Ron's in a car. Ron, get out of the car. I was so confused why I actually saw his name in the thing. Notice how the weak Nans needs the weak Nans needs retwisted 2024. By the way, this needs pointing out with no music. Hang on. Can we just appreciate the fact that we're looking good? Can we just? It's good. It's good. Thank you very much and good night. No need for this comment. It's happened many times in 24. We're out here making moves. Why can't I click the stream net buttons properly? We're out here and we're fine. I don't know where he's at. That's how it is. That's how it is. Super sub. Super sub can get subbed off. Listen, the rules are the rules, and Ron, you are banned just for. I don't know. It'd be funny if that was actually true. Richie's now Why is everyone just joining into Spectre? Wait, why are you on the game? Richie, what are you doing on the game? What are you doing? Sure. Good. Okay, are you race engineering for someone? I was filmed for, why have I seen your name here? I haven't seen your name in the lobby in a long time. Okay, he said it in Spanish, it counts. It's legally allowed. It's legally allowed. We'll run with it. Anyway, as soon as, not Richie, wrong, see, now his name's in my head. Rent-free. As soon as Sasso's name's in, we'll fully set the grid, but I can do most of it now anyways, so it's fine. Whack in the order, what was it? Ryan's at the top, then Kronos is second, and Clap is third. It's more or less almost done it for me. Raul, Ethan, F1 Kid, there's his name, thank you very much. Sasso, F1 Kid, and Josh. Perfect timing. That's sweet and beautiful. That's a good time. You know what time it is now? Now I can do premium proper waffle, and everything is blessed. We'll start with the normal music, because it's only normal waffle for now. We need to talk about the calendar, where we're going, where we're at, and all the good stuff. Then I need to stretch. Oh, wait, no, this is more important. Hang on. Just... Yeah. Okay, there we go. Good. Right, where was I? Waffle. There we go. We move. Stretch is important. We have to start with that first. So the calendar. As obviously, we're almost through the second third of the season. After this will be the end of round 12. Then we've only got 6 more rounds left to go. Hungary, Italy, Texas. Let's say it properly. Hungary, Monza, Kota, Brazil, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. We're going to say it as, as it is, because those are what they are. But obviously the sprint today, we've got one more at Kota, and then we've got the one at the last race of the season in Abu Dhabi, which makes sense. Because they don't start... Listen, we don't start till 8. The rules are rules. If you're not back by then you're missing out on several seconds of the sprint, which is outrageous. But the game's the game. Anyways, yeah, rules in case anyone's fresh and new and doesn't know. They're all pretty much standard and the same as every other F1 league. Damage is on, those stuff you already know. The main things you want to check out on is the stuff for the sprint. Reverse championship grid sets all the stuff where everyone's starting. So the lowest person who's here today is starting at the front, top is starting at the back. 12 laps, points down to 8th. Then we'll move on to the proper event. Ron is saying my name. I'm busy waffling. Please shush, go away. I'll read in a second. Quali after this. Race after that. And then we can sort out championship standings and all that jazz, which now needs epic music, and we're abruptly pausing that as well, because that's way more fun. Better! More hype! So, constructors. 396 points. It's a healthy gap. It's about 800 points massive. I'm kidding. Only 361 ahead, but Aston Martin are only 3 points ahead of Ferrari. They cooked and got some nice points. Ferrari have been cooking even more than them, and 2 races in a row, they got 3rd and 6th. And 2 races in a row for Aston Martin, only got 1 person finishing 5th. And with Pooch not here, Sasso's on his own. So hopefully he can gain some points back and keep Ferrari away. If not, Ferrari are going to start closing. Red Bull a little bit further back than that. and Williams, obviously, with new drivers. And then after that, it's just a massive drop, but they're all so close. If any of them score decent points, you jump straight ahead of everyone else, so... I don't know. But the drivers is obviously the main. But no, even mainer than that. Even mainer than that, voice chat suspension. It's back. It's back. It's been a while. It's been a long while. I've got to get back to Waffle. We haven't got time to do it, but it is there. It is there. Anyways, yeah, drivers, as I was saying, Josh is still leading. The gap's come down after the last race was slightly... It was a tough day. It was a tough last couple laps between Josh and F1 Kid. 2 races in a row now that F1 Kid's won. Josh has still not won since the last round at Spain. So yeah, it needs a long more of that to go. Josh has got to keep dropping points for a while if F1 Kid wants the game, but a sprint weekend's the best time to do it. Josh still has control. There's a long way to go. These two are going to have some good racing action on the board. Anyways, the rest, Ethan can possibly catch Sasso if Sasso's not on his job. 5-point gap. And there's other people everywhere else, which we'll find out what goes down. Anyways, shall we move on? Shall we start the session? I'm scared to click past this button. This is a bit of a scary time. Now I can move. Now, Ron, what are you waffling about? Is this important? Oh, no. No, you can't. No. Blood, you're not allowed in. Have I set the grid? The grid has been set. The grid has been set. The last check we're doing is just to check the rules are actually not decided to change. 2 seconds later. Boom, 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 boom. Safety goes off, formation levels off. All good. We are set. We are chilling. We are chilling. Why? Why, for any reason, does one random setting just change? It's saved as standard. Why would you... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Surprisingly, we're all good to go. We're all set. Why is there 2 of Bine? Bine is on 2 consoles in the session. There's hacking going on behind the scenes. If you're listening to me, it's time to ready up. Ignore... I don't know what else is happening between the stuff, but we're ready to go. Let's do the sprint, wrap this up, start the next session, and move on. Then we're good. PS Bine. PlayStation and a PC. Why would he do this himself? I don't know. Anyways, music can properly pause and switch to the full thing, and Facecam can disappear because I need some audio for the console and the game. That is useful. Chat, I will BRB. We are so back with an assigned headset. I think it's time to go for some racing. Also the face. We can come back. Does it actually come back? It has. Okay, good. It's time to go. It's time to go. So yeah, anyways. Sprint strats. There's actually technically some I should be waffling about. So I shouldn't really bring those up because there's no formation out for me to take my time and do that sort of thing. Probably going to be medium time. I'll be real. It's probably going to be medium time. I'd love to see someone on any of the others, but I don't think it's close enough. But listen, if you think you're going to be too... Well, you know where you're going to be starting. If you think there's an issue, you want to try and get a bit of a jump, I might see someone on a soft. Maybe. Hard time's probably not going to be used. I'd love to see someone on a soft time. We'll see what goes down. Right. No waiting, because we don't do that in this, because there's absolutely no need. You might as well just get straight into it. And everyone is immediately racing. McLaren 1-2 off the start is an interesting team. We have not seen that in a hot second, and they both go away cleanly. Straight into turn 1, and our fourth round is going to absolutely send into one of them. Everyone's got away nice and cleanly. They're all still existing at the moment. Tyre-wise, let's finally have a look at those. All medium tyres on every single car at the moment. And the two McLarens are going side by side. Cronus wants to look down the inside, and I think he's got it done. He has. Raul's having a look as well. The cars behind us still existing. It's a good start. I'd like to see it. Raul is in a nice, good position if he can take control. Two McLarens side by side again. And the Ferrari's almost being tagged going around. And the McLarens are almost tagging each other. Everyone is not being nice, which makes sense. It makes sense. It's a sprint. You've got no time to waste. But also you have nothing to save you. There's no safety car. There's no VSC. There's purely you on the track. And if you spin, it's pretty much done. So the fact everyone's still here is pretty good news. Josh is still down in 8th place. He hasn't gained off the back of the grid just yet. F1 Kids game 1. And speaking of, he's just gained off the back row of the ordering as Cloudfish has just been overtaken. This is nice scenes. This is nice seeds. Ral has been looking very, very racy at the moment, trying to beat someone off into turn 1, and he almost... I think he has probably pushed McLaren off, and indeed he has. Ryan's not happy about it, probably rightly so, because you ran him off, and he wants his position back. And now Ethan's here, and he says, hello, I want to send into this opportunity. How did he clean? Oh, how did he clean? I hope they clean well, but I hope they clean drive throughout the rest of this race. Trying to do what? I knew someone was going to pick that up. Listen, it made sense. You don't need to move mad with the... Listen, allow it, allow it. Randy, how you doing? I hope you're good. Hello, GT, I hope you're good as well. And I hope these cars are good as they're... I don't think this McLaren and AlphaTauri are going to be really nice to each other. Ryan's definitely probably not happy with how he got treated turn 1. It happens. It's normal. It's just scary when it does happen to you, and obviously you're like, well, I want that position back, I want it done. Ethan is just sitting in the wings, waiting for an opportunity. Cronus, by the way, 1.4 second gap. And even if cars behind are significantly quicker as Ethan does get ahead, I think the McLaren went wide on its own accord there. Even if the gap's big, and the cars behind are quicker, that could be enough. Fastest lap of the race again, that could easily be enough to hold on. Although 9 laps left to go is not the best. It would help, though, if people behind are starting to challenge. Right at the back, Clownfish has dropped 3.6 seconds away and also has a track limit penalty. Not ideal, as Ryan is looking down the inside to send it at turn 3. He's almost going to collect the AlphaTauri! He is going to collect the AlphaTauri! He has absolutely ruined his braking point. And he has taken several cars out of the fight. Well, not direct, like completely out of the fight, but they are off massively from where they was. That was dangerous. And okay, no one's got any love lost today. Ryan maybe had a bit of red mist on him and made a big mistake and overdived and then went into the first car in P2. These two are still side by side again. Very nice move from Rel to get back into P2. And as I was saying, that gap was slowly coming down, but as long as these two fight, it was fine. That will help someone like Cronus to keep the lead there. That will help. Last time McLaren won anything in NSL, sprint or race, was a long, long time. It was a long time, and to be honest, if you were smart in a race, the best bet is for one of these guys to just say, let's stop fighting, work together, we can easily catch him, maybe, I don't know. Sasso is out retired down in 8th. That is his sprint race done. I'm not sure exactly what's happened in the mid-pack for him. Yeah, maybe you just think, let's just settle down. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. No settling down is happening. You could all catch him, maybe, but they don't want to be doing that. Meanwhile, the two championship protagonists currently left in this race at the moment, Josh and F1 Kid, are en route to side-by-side further up into turn 4. Order stays the same, Raul's still in second. But yeah, no one's changed order just yet. These two have managed to get off the back row and cleaned up a couple positions. Sasso's DNF, obviously Ryan's moment at turn 3, which Stewards are probably going to have a look at. No doubt, and probably will get sent around somewhere. If it doesn't, I mean, I'll send it if it doesn't. That makes absolutely no sense. Anyways, chat, sorry, that a lot happened. I can actually read now. We're good. Doing well, how are you on this fine Tuesday? We're doing not too bad. We're doing not too bad. Action's good. You're feeling nice today. And the racing so far is in the stream delivering, and you guys are doing great. So if you're doing great, I'm doing great. We love it. We're working most of this week. There's got other stuff that you're all good. You're fine. You're fine. Appreciate having you along at any time, man. You're a top legend as always. And the chat loves you because you make fun of me 900% of the time. And they look. Okay. Those cars trying to interlock. No. I didn't even know if anyone was stopping. None of them are stopping. Through goes Ethan. Through goes Ethan into second. There's a ghosted car. Everyone was touching everyone's wheels, and no one could sort out who was. No one could sort anything out. Everyone's sending it from every single position on the sun, and somehow they're all in an order where F1 Kid has ended up in second place. No one is being nice to anyone, and you can't be nice at a league race, but Jesus, there's differences. There's huge differences. Okay. Raul redeemed it, who is currently in his fight for his life in P5. Yeah, he redeemed it just before the stream even started. Like, on the starting soon screen, so you got him to thank for that one. Yes, it's happening. How you doing, Dylan? I hope you're good, by the way. I ain't trying to be in this top, but it's out here. 50,000 channel points. We do what we do. Cronus Graham, by the way. A lot's happening behind him, but he's holding his own, not making mistakes, not doing nothing. 3.2 second gap halfway into the race. It's still assailable, but every single person I think could catch him is busy fighting each other. All of them. Every single one of them. And somehow, out of all of this, as it happens in every race, Josh and F1 Kid just end up at almost, changed its mind already, at the front of all the fighting and all this stuff. They've done well. They've managed to recover a lot. And Josh will be happy with that. For a second, it looked like F1 Kid was going to gain the most points between the two of them, and now it's changed its mind, and that's a love tap between Raul and F1 Kid. I don't know what's going on. Gap's down to 2.9 in the front, so that is slowly closing. Ish. That's a bad moment from Raul, and F1 Kid will take full advantage of that one. He has not carried enough speed whatsoever. Cleanly got the move done into P4. Gap's gaining a little bit between that pair and these two. Ethan is now left astray with Josh. And that is a massive error from Josh for the final corner. That's a huge loss of speed from Josh, and that... Okay, that was like a very mild look of the Alonso George thing down in Australia in real life. That was obviously nowhere near the same, and it's fine, but Ethan was definitely caught off guard. He lost so much speed, Josh, and then had to lose more to keep his car going through it. Ethan had so much more, he was almost not ready for that. Gap's come down with 2 notes behind, and Raul is now a second off even F1 Kid, down in 5th. All stuff can change in 1 to 2 laps, especially when you're all going this heated. I told you, Austria, the fact that it's just straight with DRS, and for most of the lap, hard braking zone ready for you to try and go side by side. Exactly like this. You're never left without any action as Ethan tries to go alongside again. He does pull alongside. Can't do much more just yet. Yeah, the gloves aren't. No one's owned any gloves. I was going to say the gloves are off. No one owns a glove. Not possible. Adam, I hope you're doing good, by the way. Welcome in. I will manage to whack a sun request on, but it might have to be later at the end of the stream because we normally don't get a chance to have music on in the middle of these actions. But yeah, at the end of the stream, if you still get a chance, I got you. But otherwise, if I don't, I can refund you the channel points and you're all good. Still also the chance of more track... There you go, there's an Everset. Track limit warnings coming through and ruining someone's day. I mean, it's a short race. There's still plenty of time for it to happen. Cloudfish, I think, had a moment at the back of the grid. He's almost in the pit lane from that spin. He's not ideal. Gap also at the front is closing even more. Is Ethan sending it? Ethan's doing just that. Oh my lord, there's barely any room. I think he might have just about managed to give room, but it was at the last second. And now who's joined the party? It's F1 Kid again. Ethan could take this position if he works hard for it. I think he's worked very hard for it to get in that position in the first place. It's hard racing all over the gaff. I think everyone at this point has semi-crossed the line at least once, but at the other times it's been very fun to watch. That moment up to turn 3, I think, when like one of them accidentally hit each other because one was going drifting to the right, the other one was drifting to the left, and then they was all just bouncing between each other like pinballs, and then everyone could not control their braking points. I don't even know if you can pin a penalty on that. If I'm not looking at it now as a steward, but like, if I was, that specific moment, no one could call anything. Everyone messed everyone up, and everyone just equally got messed up, and there you go. Things happen. We're back again, everyone's settled down, so if anything happens now, it's probably easier to tell what's going down. 2.2 gap, it went down to 1.9, racing happened, it's gone back up to 2.2, almost to 2.3. Honestly, I almost half suspected Ethan to send it straight back down the inside, even with him not having DRS. Jesus Christ, he's had a massive error, that's going to cost him P3. And F1 Kid straight ahead of him. Huge loss of traction at the end of turn 3, you can easily do it, but that was huge. It was a small amount, and maybe he can at least fight into turn 4, but he lost all of it. He lost every ounce of tyre grip in these rear tyres for a brief 5 seconds, I think, there. And there's not much you can do about that. Gap's now through 1.9 seconds, not 2 seconds even. 3 laps, that's still catchable. You work your way into DRS, and that could be a monumental last of first win from Josh. Or F1 Kid. Or even, I can't call which one of them it's going to be. I think F1 Kid's had a slight bad moment for that. I don't even think it's that bad. Just looks like Ethan gained. Fair enough. Ebon, thank you for stopping in, by the way. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the vibes. If you come back, we'll see you shortly. Don't worry, we've still got a lot of action to go, so there's plenty of time you can see us off. But enjoy your food. Hope you've been doing good, of course. We also say Ethan's probably too far away for a move. But I don't think the Williams is. Into turn 3 they go. No DRS games. I wonder who got that. That was close. Oh, there's contact. Never mind. Never mind who got it. I think it's going to be changing order already anyway. I think that was just an accidental tap. There's nothing more in it than there. But he's down to P4 for it. Yeah, you've got to get your elbows out when you're racing. This is kind of like what the end of Zandvoort was like, with a little bit more aggression with between everyone, especially between Josh F1 Kid we had there, but everyone's doing that. No one's being nice, which is what you need to be, and it's fine, you can do that and still not get a pen. But no one at all is trying to be nice to anyone. No one's like, it's fine. I'll get you back in the next corner. No, 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 no. You're not getting me now. It's done. So now F1 Kid's the car in fourth. Ethan's back in third despite making a massive error to put... I mean, everyone's been everywhere. Everyone has been absolutely everywhere. If you want the position changes to see that too, I can whack it on the screen. Which one is it on? I don't ever remember. There we go. I mean, Cronus is getting worn off to start. He beat his teammate off the line and did a very good job through turn 3 as such. Josh has gained 6. Ethan's gained 2. Ethan looks like he wants to try and gain a third. Has so far done so into turn 2, technically, because they went through turn 3, because that's a corner. That's a wide moment. I don't think anyone behind is close enough to make advantage of that, and I don't think also anyone's close enough. I don't know what my point was there, never mind. I was waffling far too much out of my head. Oh, I see a McLaren in the distance, and it's no longer distant. 7/10 second left to catch. Cronus has done an exceptional job. He's done everything he had to do, just focus on his own driving and put in the best laps possible. And has been deploying battery, it seems, this entire time. So he's been pushing to keep this gap as big as he can. All he has to do now is hold on. One more lap to go, and you've got to play around with the fact there's 3 DRS zones to work with, starting from the start of this straight. Technically not on the same lap, but you get the point. DRS zones to play with. Battery if you've got any to play with, and everyone else being extremely hungry to take your position. He's worked hard, but he's now being caught. Any of these 4 can win this sprint, and any of these can get 15 points to their name if they want. Let's see how they do. Let's see how they do. Ethan's first up in line to have a go. Battery's low from the McLaren, very, very low. Into turn 3 we go. Ethan looks like he's gone ahead, but he's not going to have DRS. He turns in aggressively, but the McLaren needs space to stay there. So you can have the other one gets a 3-second penalty. The McLaren steeps the position and keeps DRS. Is anyone behind going to make advantage? Josh tries to split the 2 cars. The McLaren tries to turn over a bit. Ethan goes slightly wide, but keeps the position. He drifts round the corner and keeps the position. Josh tries to go down the outsides. The McLaren's going to try and keep it. Can he get... He pushes himself wide, I want to say, more than he got pushed wide. Keeps himself on third. The McLaren's still in second to go. More wobbling. 3-second penalty from a wobble on the track. That is going to sting for Josh. He's going to lose a couple extra points to F1 Kid in the race. But forgetting all of that, Ethan did manage to catch McLaren in the end and comes across the line to win the sprint in Austria. Cronus does survive second, almost got the win. That's a lucky times for him because he did a damn good job. F1 Kid got third because of a late, just a little swapper, that's all it was. A tiny little swapper. Drops him down to 4th. Raul comes across in 5th. Clownfish in 7th. Sorry, he hasn't crossed the line yet. Ryan in 6th. Any of the tops... Literally, I didn't know what really happened with Safso in the middle of that race, unfortunately. Clownfish, I think, has been far away from the start after a spin or two. But any of the other top 6 could have won that. All of them. All of them had a very equal chance of winning that at several different points. And Ethan comes home with 15 points to his name. Fastest lap as well. You can get that on the screen. Goes towards Cronus' car. So he had the pace. He had the solid pace. Not other people had as much clean space to do a proper lap. Has that just got nicked? No. Clownfish is going to take that. I just saw that switch names at the last second. Steals the fastest lap. Why not? It's an extra point to the Williams name. Not too bad. That was going to go the way of the McLaren in second, but Cronus is not going to take it. Outrageous. That's a sprint. That was a sprint and a half. I enjoyed every second of that. That was good. That was good. This is what I expected. This is what I expected slightly. Not gonna lie. Anyways, order on the screen so you can have a little look. Let me screenshot that, of course, so we can see it. Ethan does bring home, ignore the points in the right, because obviously we have our own point system in this. Ethan brings home 15 points. 7? I was just said ignore it, and then I started reading it. 12 points for Cronus in second place. Started second, got in the lead, held it for as long as he could. Could not hold it for longer. F1 Kid ends up taking 3rd place with Josh taking 4th. That's points gained in the championship that way. Not the most, but points are points. Raul in P5. Probably had a better chance of being higher as well. A lot happened with a lot of cars. Every one of them, as I said, kind of very rightly so got first. Ryan in 6th, Clownfish in 7th, with the fastest lap of the race to his name as well. And Zasso didn't want to, unfortunately, not finish. But, Jesus, stuff happened, man. Stuff happened. Right, we can leave that session, because we no longer need to stay in this. We have a separate one to host. And we have qualifying to do. Which is weird. Just done a race, now we're doing qualifying, and then we're doing an actual... Things like that happen. But yeah, anyways. We can leave that now, set up the proper session, and do our thing. Brand new lobby is incoming. Let's go do it. That was the time. Chat, I hope you enjoyed that. We ain't done. We are not done. But I hope that was a good time. I hope that was a good time. Right, let's open the lobby quick. Let's not waste anyone's time along the session. We can pop the music back on and get ready to go. And I ping the message in the Discord. I can in brief time. It is open. Oh, your watch. Trying to get a new favourite. Trying to get the British family to stop watching the Pooch Masterclass and get over to the Ethan vibes. I respect it. It's good stuff. Right, invites will get sent through as quick as I can. We'll mess with the rest of the lobby later. We'll make sure everyone's in first and foremost. Don't want to waste too much time. Everyone can get an invite. Let's go. Excellent people, of course. You know the drill. If you can just hop in as quick as you can on your own. Speeds up the process and we should be chilling. A couple more PC people to go. We've done F1K, we've done Josh. Get Sasso's name in. The 2 Binding Days are not joining in. They can join on their own if they want. It's fine. And... oh. There we go. Not bad. That was a session. That was a session. From my point of view, that was perfect. I mean, not perfect, but like amount of action that happened was perfect. Just a tiny bit over the edge sometimes, but that's what happens. That's what happens. I don't expect it to be completely clean cut until the last lap. I'll admit that's boring. That's boring. I need to be full gun blazing all the time. If you're watching tonight, well, you can on the NSO YouTube channel if you're there as well. I know Twitch keeps the VODs too, but not permanently. If you go on the NSO YouTube channel, !NSOYT, you can go check the VODs. !VODs is probably easier. Just go check that. You can check the VODs. They'll all be there from now forever because I'll be smart and there. Surprising, that's a good thing to do. But yeah, they'll be there more than you believe. I think that was fun. Yeah, we can't talk about it too much. We've still got more sessions to go. Right, let's double check everything is set up order-wise. And no one's going to rightly shout that the lobby is broken. Put that to a one-shot. Of course, we're not doing that anymore. Dynamic, realistic, approximate. Rain will do its thing if it happens. If it does... I know I'm saying it as if it's guaranteed to happen. I just really want it to happen. Like, I'm just a fan of Rain. I'm just a fan of Rain. Like, people probably hate it every 5 seconds. But if the game does it, the game does it. Anyways, reduced on that. Standard on the damage. The rest is set to go. We're all good. We just wait for everyone to select their cars, and we do the readying up. And then we can get on with the session. And now the sprint logo can be removed. And we can switch to the race logo, because we're no longer done with all that stuff. Alright, Bushy respects greatness. I respect that. That's a good time. That's a good time. Alright, everyone's slowly hopping in. Spectator names still slightly confused. Why does he want to do this to himself? I don't know. But sure. Now it's... Anyways, it's fine. Who are we missing? Who are we missing, if any names? Josh F. No, we are missing... no one. No, we're just... you just choose to select cars and we're good. Right? Yeah. Perfection. Absolute perfection. As soon as they're done, radio will get pinged. Ryan to select a car. Ryan, if you could select a car, that'd be good. That'd be great. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Any point in time, you know, just relax. There we go. All right, let's go. Let's go. We get ready. Beautiful stuff. Let's do the things. Let's do the things. Music. Switch. Abruptly. One day we will. I'm not ready to go back to like semi-calm action, like where I actually have to methodically wait for action to happen and stuff over 36 laps. 12 lap sprint's good. I'm never not getting rid of a sprint. Unless it becomes tiresome to set up, which, no, it already is. Unless it becomes like annoying to run for every single person. Like unanimously, no. If it doesn't even to one, then that's enough for me to... it will have to say. It will have to say. That's some extra. No, it's... music! Time for you to leave again. We've got one more session to run, and we've got a very quick qualifying session. That's a bit of cloud. Now, we don't know what weather's going to do, and I assume as soon as anyone reacts and sees anything crazy, they'll tell me. If not, then I probably won't hear much, and it'll all be chill. So we'll find out. We'll find out. But I'm assuming... I can't believe we're going to keep the rain look going. I feel like it's going to be standard, and we won't get any. I really want some, but it ain't. We'll see how they do. I'm intrigued to see what strategies we actually get in a proper race. We don't get that yet, but still. And to be fair, setups too. I still really wish we could see in steps of setups. Just because I would love to see if anyone's got low wings and stuff. And if anyone's planning for any additional weather conditions to join the track. And I do love the words Lulu, I do love the words in the chat. Rain, slight rain in the race. We will be there. More than you believe. More than you believe. It's the history. It's the history of the NSL. It's the history of the NSL. I love it. I love it. We'll see what happens. We'll see when it comes through. There's always bits of rain around. The clouds just love descending on this NSL series. They love precipitating on the track. I don't know. Right. Forget that. We can now talk about how quickly people are going to go around the track with absolutely no warning or any prep time or any extra laps to go. That's what we've got to do. That's the main part. Surprisingly, everyone's on a soft tyre. It's almost as if you can't change that selection. Actually, you can. There's just... I don't think anyone would be smart to do anything otherwise. That is an immediate invalidation, and I want to check if anyone else has done the same. No. Just one, but that can easily happen. No fortunate bet. We'll go on board with Ralph for the first part of the lap, and we'll switch along as the rear lock-in is famed a Rowlick vehicle. And that's going to drop him some time immediately off the board, and he'll be further down than the rest. I don't know who's going to be getting pole. As I said, it's been switching around a lot, but it's only been down to the 3 people of Razin, F1 Kid, and Josh who've got pole positions. It's still not been anyone else just yet at all. Surprisingly, those 3, well, Resin, if he was here, would probably have been, but Josh and F1 Kid are the title protagonists for now. So it does make sense. I know who's going to get it. Last time was Josh. The last time before that was F1 Kid. The last time before that was Josh. Ethan has rested up his lap. I thought he was going to stay close, but it looks like he's made a mistake for the middle sector and will be starting even further back. Meanwhile, who's going to be taking it across the line to start pole position? It's a repeat pole position for F1 Kids. It's not a repeat. He's not repeated it. It was Josh last time. I literally just said that. Never mind. F1 Kids on the top. Josh is in second position. This will be a time. Let me check the proper laps. Only 4 people completed actual legal lap times. I mean, it's a day of events. A 3.7, a 3.8, 3.9, and a 4.9. Val lost a lot of time at the start, but I mean, as long as you keep doing your lap, that's a load of positions. Ethan still got in a 5th position for just DNFing is like rather than a DSQ, I guess. So it's okay. Ryan, Jonas, and Clownfish. The rest of the order. Don't remember if I screenshot that now, so we'll whack that in there. That is the job done for that bit. Now we get to see what people run in a proper race. I don't know. I'm surprised. Actually, I don't know. I'm not surprised by that result. I have no clue. We'll see if we move. Absolutely no clue if anyone's disappointed or happy with that. I'd assume F1 Kid's happy with that. That's all I can tell. It's about right. Strategy of the race time. What times are we going to see? As far as I know, I can see any of them popping on the board. I don't think... I do believe one's worse than another one. That being the usual 2-stop. But if anyone wants to do it, then technically I think I could see a soft tire on there. And everyone likes to take a risk every now and then. So maybe we do. Maybe everyone stays safe and keeps their options open. Which Cars movie is your favourite, by the way? That is a pick. I gotta be Classic Casino first. Mainly because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched them in so long, I don't remember half of them, like, in detail anymore. Seen them all, obviously, but I just don't remember them as much as I used to, so... But the first I always do, and I'll pick the first. You can't go wrong with the first one. You can't go wrong. Not saying any of the others are bad, because that will get me shouted at in the internet. I'm aware there's a big Cars following, so, you know. I'll be a nice person there. We'll see. We'll move. Right. At any point in time, if you'd like to let us proceed with the race. No. No, it would not. That's bad. You don't watch a Cars movie every week. That's weird. I watch them every... I respect it, honestly. No, I mean, with other films and stuff, I can relate. I can probably actually relate to that. I know a lot of people aren't, like, if you ask that, the answer isn't just the first one. Which I know for a lot of films and stuff, like franchise, it's normally just the original is always the best. But I'll never hear the first being the best for everyone else. So I'll back it. I don't think that's the unpopular opinion. Which is cool. I mean, listen, it's Cars. It's a good time. For the next time... Right! Are we all actually starting? Yes, we are. I can actually now say my thing. Let's have a little look at the highest... What is going on? There's nothing actually surprising on the screen. I don't know why I'm reacting like that. The thing I'm reacting is... the hard tyre inventor at this point. I think he created the white band of the hard tyre for Formula 1. He's on the medium compound tyre. He's not running his old favourite. But someone else is. Ethan's running it. So we got one car and a hard tyre set of the Ferrari. Started 5th, probably not the best call I think he would have wanted, so he's going long, I guess, to switch it up, try and mix the strategy a tiny bit, and probably, if everyone's on a one-stop, I see the McLaren's doing some stuff. If he's on the one-stop, preferably trying to, you know, just be on the alternate vibe of that one-stop and do the hard tyre first and the medium later, which is the normal third strategy. I'd expect if you're on a medium, let me see what the notes are saying. Lap 16 is apparently what they're saying. I don't know if that's going to be the rough page. I don't know if there's going to be a VSC or something that obviously can change that, but we'll see. And then there's one other tyre. There's one of them. There's a soft one. It's there. That's going to be a mix-up. Kronos had some nice pace, to be fair. It was not bad. He got caught by some of the others later on in the race, but had some nice turn of pace. And with a soft tyre, for as long as it's useful, it's a C5 tyre, of course, so it will burn up pretty quick. It probably burned up quite quickly now, but for how long that's quick and the pace difference he's got, you might be able to gain a nice few positions. That hard tyre run of Ethan will be a big target. You don't want to get stuck behind that, or else the point of him being on a soft tyre is pretty much useless. Ethan is parking. Parking with premium aggression earlier than anyone else. Grids are almost set. Let's go. Haven't said much about Sasso, which I feel bad about, because it's always good to have him back and returning. And he's a big threat. He's definitely a quick boy on the racetrack. So I don't expect that anyone's going to get an easy time out of here if anyone gets some good clean running. I doubt that's going to happen. It's going to be incidents that make that happen. Otherwise, there'll be stuff going down. There's a yellow flag off the start, which is annoying and weird. But either way, we're racing in Austria. Not Australia, wrong track, we're in Austria. Josh has got the greatest start under the sun and will take himself into P1. F1 gets to settle for second. Sasso keeps himself in P3, but almost lost it to Rowlick. In up the hill to turn 3 we go, and everyone's in a nice train for now. I don't expect that to stay the case into turn 3 as Rowler's tried to send it again on Sasso. Is he going to try and hang it out along the long way? He has managed to do so. The soft tyre is still only in 7th position. Hasn't really managed to gain much at the moment. As McLaren headrest chrome should be. Listen, don't ask questions about the superior team as Jarlik has hit Sasso's rear of the car. And he's also got an Ethan on the insides. But what? How? Who? When? How? What? I wasn't on board with Ferrari and I wish I was because I would have loved to know what happened. I'm going to assume when Raul tapped the back of the ass in that the door opened on the insides mid-corner. And Ethan was just close enough so he put his nose in there and then it didn't work out, and that's a little bit of a tap that you don't want. That one's scary. That is very scary. Ethan, I'm not certain how he's still going. He should have been spun at least twice from that last 3 seconds, and probably even earlier than that. Scary, scary times. They're still going. Ethan's had his best start. Kronos is now up. He's still in 7th somehow. I'm not sure how that's managed to only be a 7th position out of all this, but he has a good chance here if Ethan's struggling and he needs to get past this tyre. It's his best opportunity. He goes very deep into the corner. That's probably a pushing off the track if he wants to say it. It's no longer a lap 1 sort of incident, so I'm not sure if he can hold that on himself, and there's no one being nice and yielding. If anything's going to happen, never mind. Ethan sent it down the inside late. These guys are not being friendly as they're locking tyres. They can't get off each other's cars. Dom, I need you back on F1 again one time. I need you back on F1 to see what the hell would go down. Oh, that should be a vibe. How you doing, bro? I hope you're doing good as always. Chilling, vibing, all the good stuff. What's going on? I think Williams has been clipped on the inside by the McLaren. I can't tell if that was him or if he dropped it on his own accord. I don't know, but he's down in 8th place. I haven't even looked at the front yet, by the way. Not once. Not one time. Not one time. I'm doing good, bro. I'm glad you did, by the way. I'm doing alright. I'm chilling. Life's been alright. That's been not too bad. I won't lie. I can't really complain, yeah. Just straight up, just been good. Just been alright. We're going to keep trooping on. Stream's been decent today so far. The racing's been pretty vibey. We love it. We love it. Top 4 really settling in right now. This is not what we saw in the sprint. The sprint was crazy. It's not doing that yet. Race mentality changes people. Fair enough, which you probably should do because you definitely need it to happen. But sure enough, Kronos is having a little look again. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I feel like if you get involved in a little bit of a tangle, as we saw in the sprint, the heat rises. your head gets hot. Your head gets hot. You get head loss. You get a certain amount of head loss, as we saw earlier, and they all just about controlled it, but there was definitely some head loss and people were moving a bit crazy. But not many people have got to that phase just yet. I think Ethan's been involved in it a tiny bit. Yeah, that Raul and him incident, I don't really know. I mean, there was a tiny bit of space probably in there somewhere for a car, but I don't know if it was close enough. I think it was just one of those unfortunate times where the gap opened and he was already kind of going into it, and then boom. And unfortunately, that's kind of set Ethan off on a bit of an unlucky patch. This is now dropped one too many positions. Sasso, by the way, collecting our fastest lap of the session. Oh, he said words. No, that's crazy. That's an interesting F1 Nah, you can't run that. You can't run that name immediately. That one can't be run. Not from me. Not from me. That's outrageous. That's outrageous. No comment. I think it's the legal answer I have to say on that one. No comment. That's the time. You consider Williams in the distance, by the way, because that is just recently spun. Not ideal for him. Josh has had probably his dream perfect start at the moment. He's had a clean run. Nothing stressed has happened. And he's managed to get himself some clean laps on the board so he can settle into his rhythm. And no one else is too fussed about breaking that rhythm just yet. As I saw last time, as we've seen every time if F1 Kid and Josh are in first and second, they're nice and calm and chill. They don't really see the need of fighting early if they can just fight later and minimize the race time for now, unless there's a massive opportunity to go for. Sasso, on the other hand, we haven't seen in a while, and not too sure he needs to stick to those rules. And to be fair, I'm not too sure the front two are going to do it either. Maybe it's just not the right time yet, but that's a bit of a moment. That's a wide moment for Josh, but I think the run that he got on the exit is just enough to protect him. I'm surprised DRS isn't more powerful than that. 50 foot. That is a sight I have not seen in a long time. Josh having less battery than any other car is something I haven't seen in a long time. Josh has normally either had such good control of the race that he doesn't need to, or is just very good at managing it. Like the times when I'm looking, I guess. Maybe this happens all the time. But F1 Kid's on 90%. 60% is not a small amount, but it's less than F1 Kid for sure. 90 for Safso, 57 for Raul. He has had to be burning some battery. We've got to check on the rest of them while we're here. Cronus is on 3%. He's got himself a move done, and he's definitely pushing as quick as he can to make some ground up, and he's pretty much splintered the grid. This is the second half of it now. Behind the McLarens, Ethan sat in the middle of it. Won't be long until those hard tyres are actually somewhat speedier, so he can start to gain back, and I will take a drink. I need to get more, because my drink's pretty much finished. Which is not ideal. Ethan's race is far from finished. He sends it down the inside and gets a clean move done, and the graphics decide to give us about 6 million tons of smoke to make it look dramatic. He gets himself back into P5. Cronus has got the DRS and the run again down into turn 4. And is he going to completely clean that move up? He is indeed, and that's back into P5 for him. Usual business. If it goes nice and standard, you overtake someone at turn 3, you get the DRS back off them, and you overtake him at turn 4. If it's all standard and none of you's got a couple tricks, none of you makes a mistake, that is a spin and a half for Ryan in the background. And he's had a clean run up till that point. Not what he wants to see. Keep 7th, obviously, but that's a bit of time loss he does not need on his race. The top 4 are significantly closer than before. That's all I can say. More the top 3. Raul's still there, but he's a bit further off. Now, how long can you sit on this battery? Because, like, it must be so tempting. I know in the league races, man, you obviously have this properly sorted out and you don't just send this, but... Oh, no, maybe you do! Maybe you do! Maybe if there's opportunity, you may go for it. But I was going to say, as Ryan retires in the pits, it looks like he's called himself off the race for now. But, yeah, if you're this close, you not just get tempted to be like, I just want to drop some battery and just get going. Like, I could overtake him. Everyone always says that thing, though, I'm behind, I'm quicker than the car ahead if it's the teammate or whatever. Like, let me go for it. But obviously then they sometimes, I mean, inevitably when they all say that, they all do go for it. Go ahead, and then don't make as much ground as you expected, and then you're like, why did you let them? But I think that's just a racing driver thing. You just, in your mind, you think that, and then by the time you've done it, it's not the case, and everyone says what they are. But yeah, surely someone's just tempted to think, I can get these lot. Like, I can get them. Safso is in his brains thinking, let me just go get F1 Kid. I can make the time, it's fine, I won't lose any. We're going for him. Is that side by side, or is he just... I think he just had a slightly rough run, so it took the least Line of resistance, he got very close in the break-in. Sasso's gonna take positions like that if you leave him open. He'll open the DRS and have himself some run, and he's gonna have to deploy. He wants to be extra safe. F1 Kid won't want to leave that position. Nothing he can do about it. One mistake. Josh had a time. I don't think Josh made an error. He just braked slightly earlier than expected that time, and F1 Kid was so close. Either he had to be exactly on the same braking point, which is very sometimes impossible unless you know the driver ahead, or just be safe and bail out, and he did, and that's one position gone. That's what can happen in such a close train, especially at turn 1. Turn 1 isn't the friendliest if you mess it up sometimes, and warnings are plenty out there. So I don't know, I don't know. You've seen that? Yes, Assetto Corsa 2 is now Assetto Corsa Evo. I need to read up more on what their plans are with this. I'm glad it's coming out this year, by the way. Thank God. Probably the end of the year. Sad, but still. Have they set a time range? Or what? What have they said? Have they just said this year? I know consoles one, but PC-wise it's fine. I'll be there. I like the idea that they're doing that. I just don't know what, like, I'm wondering if the name change means more, like, if it's they're changing how they're running the game, what they're going to make it like. I mean, most of it should be done by now. I don't know. I'm here for it regardless. I will be there. That's a course I've sunk so many hours into. I spotted something there. I spotted a beautiful trick that I suspect a lot of people have been doing all day. All day. A little lift in the throttle. And he's done it again. Okay. So it might not solely be for DRS, as F1 Kid's got caught by some hard braking again and almost has to lose even more time than he wanted. But it seems not just for one corner to set himself up at straight down turn 3 into turn 4. That's a wide moment. He's going to lose some time there. But yeah, Safso seems to just be quite happy to sit behind. He saw a position game, but he seems like he's on the same mindset of just keep the race time low. Keep myself in this train, DRS going, and we'll make a play later, because he's not interested in making a move yet. When he was too close, he said, no, lift off, let's go, no need that. Which is fair enough, because he was definitely close enough to make the move. I have no doubt in my mind that was not like a, oh, let's play it safe, I'm too far away. He was there. If he wanted that one, he was there, which I think is the mindset of these top 4 at the moment. Raul's obviously now close enough, because everyone could have lost some time. But let's see how it is. Worst car not... Right. Cars 1 is KNA, Cars 1 and Cars 2. Oh, wait, sorry? Why is F1 Kid so far deep off the track? And he gets a track limit penalty for his troubles as well. Oh, that's pain. F1 Kid, I think, just locked up heavily. Because I don't think he was in trouble, but I don't think Raul behind was close enough, and I don't think he was close enough to the car ahead. I think he just lost out. A straight mistake, and he's down to 4th. His championship rival is happy with that one. He's going to gain 13 big points on him if it stays as it was for now. Not ideal. What I do want to check is how many warnings did that specifically give him, if any. It gave him 3. It gave him... I don't know if they was all at the same corner. I have no clue. He already had 1, but he got 2 more at that one. It could have been a double warning. I'm not too sure, which those can happen at turn 1. There's nothing we can really do much about that one. Race director stuff, obviously, if you want to try and appeal those things, you can. Not going to be happy. I'm not sure if that was 1 at turn 1, maybe, and 1 at turn 3, or if it was somewhere else. I have no clue. Safso is sniffing the gearbox oil that the Red Bulls put in the AlphaTauri car. Clownfish has got a 3-second time penalty and is also spun. He's got a track limit while spinning in the middle of this track at the moment. Nange getting distracted by Carl's film thought is not on my bingo. Listen, if you're talking about it, and this seems like a strong debate, I have to get involved. I have to get involved. We will be there. We'll be there. That's so real for that. For what? Ref. Anyways, we move. Maddie is commentating on League Racing Actions. You should get involved, for real. We need you in there. Yeah, this is a fun tactical battle. I do like seeing it. It's fun. I see it a lot, and you see in every League Race. I just wish we got some more of the chances to take bigger risks, but I don't think the game allows them. There's not many opportunities to do 2 stops half of the places. So you can't. That was a lift as he carried a bit too much speed in and then had to correct it. He lost a couple temps. Is now 5 temps away. Ooh, it's a bit close. Oh, you meant... Oh, for God's sake. You didn't even mean... Okay. Go away. Clownfish is DNF as well. That's another car who's retired in the pits. We're down to 6. Man is making the sus comments as always. Why am I surprised? I don't know, but... Anyways, we move. Yeah, so, and the double penalty thing, the double warning thing, not Joshua, everyone can probably get that removed. I believe it's probably a similar thing. as long as he gets his race director sent in and doesn't get enough penalties to get that himself. So we move. Richie is cold prison. Josh just said yes. I doubt he said that. I strongly doubt he said that. And if you could hear me, I'd assume he'd rather pause the game and lose track position to shout and say no. But no, he will not be doing it. Addy has called everyone in the cult lover of life, by the way. Richie, I wouldn't have this, by the way. I just wouldn't allow it. It ain't allowed. I always need to point this out every time. We have to call her out. Anyways, racing. Surprising that's happening today. We move. This track is difficult. I haven't enjoyed this, to be fair, just since, like I always say, since F1 2020, when I absolutely loved it. It's a shame. I love the track in real life still as much, but in-game, it's pain. Don't be nah, I'm fine. I don't want to be called that anyways from you. It's fine. I said it. Ain't about that. Oh, hello there. Oh, hello, Rowley. Sends it down the inside at turn 3. That's more like what I want to see sometimes. Some drivers feeling like there's a chance to take a risk. Sasso going to defend that aggressively, or is he just going to let this one go? We're going to watch this one from behind and see what happens. He tries to keep a position and does. Tiny lifts up on the way through. Loses a bit of traction. Nothing too bad with that. Nope, that's a timeout if you say that again, Maddie. That's outrageous. F1 Kid and Rowler now side by side. On the gravel. Still going. A little bit of gravel got brought up there. I think one of them went just a tad wide. This is racing. This is indeed racing in its finest order. Not too shabby. Safso's he's done well there. He did a good defensive affair to survive that position. He could have easily fought, play it safe, let the position go, deal with it next lap, or aggressively fought that too much and ended up losing P2 entirely and wave more than that. But he's ended up keeping his second place and got a little bit of a gap. I mean, there's no real right answer out of that. You just got to play it by ear and see what runs down. But he played his ear as well. You know what he's doing. And he seems like he really has a plan here. You don't want to be overtaking yet. We are very close to when people are expected to stop. This is the fastest stop of the race for Cronus. Again, he's already made an earlier stop onto some medium tyres. That's very early, of course, but he was on a soft tyre before, so it makes sense. He'll be on a 2. I think, to be fair, that was probably perfect timing for his his 2-stop strategy, even. Yeah, I think that was exactly the right lap. Maybe a little bit early. Okay. Ron has said that. Ron has said exactly what I think I've just read. Sure, good, phenomenal. The game is the game. The game is the game. We move. We'll see if any of these do want to make a push soon. It's not going to be far away until someone either goes full send to try and get a stop in. Problem is, ideally, you want to make a pit stop. You want to try and gain some time and undercut the driver ahead. You want to drive as quick as you can in the in lap, pit in, and have a quick clean out lap with no traffic on both of those. If you're behind the car, that would you need to overtake the car to do that. Like, if Sasso wants to run away, he can't gain much more time than 3/10 before he's stuck behind. So there wouldn't be much more he can do, which means he'd probably end up losing time on his in-lap. So he might as well just stick. So no one's going to be able to see an obvious tell on this part. So the out-lap is going to be heavily more crucial of how much he can gain on freshly cold, but not warmer tyres. But yeah, otherwise, if we do see someone just send it at turn 1 or turn 3, maybe they're thinking of pitting, because they're just trying to get rid of those tyres, get rid of all the use. This is me, why are you trying to sound like one of those, like, fake, like, footballers, or, like, not fake footballers, the fake accounts that people make for footballers, like, oh, hey, this is Cristiano Ronaldo, I need some money to send, to send some money back to my family, man. Here, I'm with Diogo Jota. Hi, I'm Diogo Jota, on the same account as well. Sasso's into the pits! Is he not the only one? All of them are in! All of them are in a lap early, except Josh. I mean, I think the normal lap was 16. But everyone else is deciding they're going for the 1 lap undercut. None of them on the same team, of course. So they're not going to get held any longer. Hard tyres for them all. Is anyone going to make a quick switch up and change the game? I don't think anyone is. It's a slightly slower pit, I think, from F1 Kid. Looks like it looks like. Not sure how. Savso has gone bold. I respect it. Oh, this is good. We will be there. Medium tyres to start the race. Medium tyres for the second stint. That means, if you don't know, you have to run 2 different compounds minimum in a race. As we have Cronus, by the way, just out here on his fresh tyres. And they're not even old. These aren't old. They're still going to be at a good pace. He won't be leaving these guys alone for a little bit. But either way, yeah. Savso has to pit again onto either a soft or a hard compound tyre. The normal strat by everyone else would have been to hop in the pits onto a hard compound tyre, donezo, race is done, you just run those to the end of the race, see what you can do with yourself on track. Which I assume we'll see Josh do, as he's played it safe, obviously has the luxury of being in the lead to pick when he wants to go in, but he's reacting to everyone else, as I don't think he wants to play around with any extra laps. He's not Max Verstappen levels of pace today, like in real life. But either way, yeah, Safso's going to have to push aggressive. And I don't know if the hard tyres could have got close to undercutting, maybe, on an old medium, but a medium on an old medium could have run. And that's a very good point I'm almost forgetting, to be fair, as absolutely being overtaken under the stops has been Josh, as Sasso is up into P1, and his teammate is about to do the same to him, and I think this might line up for a possible free wide. Possible free wide, anyone? Almost! His teammate almost thinks about it alongside. It's now Ethan in the lead as he's on his long run and his hard tyres. Safso in second place. Raul just about in third, ahead of F1 Kid and Josh trying to make it free wide again, but they're going to settle for 2. No clipping of the wheel. Raul gives him plenty of room. F1 Kid settles for 5th. Yeah, that's a very good point. The rain, as we almost forgot about, well, I almost forgot about, is still due near the end of the race, which does remind me that Ethan's strategy might not be to just go on an alternate one stop. It might just be to goal hang, to save a stop, and wait for the inters if it actually ends up being stressful enough. But it looks like he is just going straight alternate, so that changes that mode. Thank you for defending that. He's into the pits. He's going to run on some... I feel like that's a bit early. I want to say it's a bit early? I don't know. That'll probably be fine, but either way. Yeah, so that's changed that. Maybe then, yeah, Sasso is thinking the rain will come and I don't need to run any other tyres. But he's also got a comfy 2.3 second gap, and he's got the perfect scenario behind. All cars on semi-equally aged tyres that are all they're all semi-same pace as well. Oh my lord, sweet Jesus, Raul. Wait, was that even Raul? Yeah, it was, okay. Relocking, I'm glad I need to ask. My point is, these guys are going to fight. And they're not going to stop doing that for a while, which is going to be absolutely perfect scenes for Sasso, who can just cleanly get his laps in. We'll see. Rennie's finally saved. He doesn't have to watch this sort of action. I respect it. Welcome back to iRacing. I bid you farewell. You're going to leave us. Let's go. But yeah, this will be fun. We'll see. Josh has got some clean air, though. He's not being involved in this kerfuffle just yet. Kerfuffle is a word. I didn't get to see Josh's pit entry much. I kind of got it on the wrong camera, which I would have liked to judge. I checked Safso just to be safe, and that looked completely fine. So, I mean, last minute 6 people on track. There was 8. 2 DNF'd in pits, and yeah, that's the only answers I got for you. For people who actually turned up today. That's all I can say. I don't know. Been good otherwise, percentage-wise of who's turned up and who's been here. But yeah, DNF'd in the pits, and they retired like willingly. Like I guess they spun both of them. They were both far back, so they went into the pits to retire. As you can't retire on track if you're wanting to leave, because that causes unwanted safety cars, and that ruins everyone's race strategies, which is not fun. It's not fun. Right, everyone's closer together to Josh again. Gap's closing a little bit from. I'm surprised it's closing. At all, actually. Why is it closing? In any shame. Like, these two were equally paced at the start. Why is it going any... Sure. It's gone up to 2.1. But we move. Yeah, the hard time should not be quicker for a while. A good while. That's why it's got a good chance to pull away. If this does end up having to be a straight 2-stop rather than anything else... I mean, how much time is he going to need? 18 seconds to make his pit stop in and out? Ahead of anyone else? I doubt it's going to be as easy and clean to pit in and keep the lead, because I don't know if you're going to find that much time on the track unless everyone else is spinning twice, probably, in the next 6 or 7 laps. Fastest lap of the race for Ethan, by the way, in 6th position. He's starting to try and close up on Cronus in 6th place, as he's obviously stopped in. The last one that we've had to stop in, and will be on newest tyres by the end of the race. But, yeah, I'd more assume Sassa's going to try and get the biggest gap he can get. If it was only 2.3 from now, he'd have 16, 15 and a bit seconds to work with, and catch the hard compound tyre runners on either another set of hard compound tyres, because the soft tyres don't last long enough. I feel like by the time you catch the gap, like, they can catch the gap, but that's it. Like, you can't then overtake, the tyres are dead by the time you get there. I like the, in real life, they always pull it. They'll pull a second set of hard tyres, which compared to an old one, actually works and actually pulls you back towards them and has got enough pace. I don't know if on the game, an old set of tyres versus a new set of hard tyres does enough difference, and I feel like at some point they just feel the same pace. But there's options there, there's options. I'd assume, though, I think the main aim of this is to just allow the opportunity of rain to interfere and change stuff. The clouds are not darkened, so we don't have to think about it just yet. Everything's going to look just about the same for a while, at least 10 laps. I mean, the clouds got to start changing now if you want to see anything. But we move. How silly was Josh? That was an entire phase named after him. the game's the game. Josh is not silly. NSL is silly. No, it's not. That's bad. Going off for the night. Gotta be available for the coach, of course. Enjoy, by the way. Hope you have a good trip and a good day. Hope it's a good time. As Raul and F1 Kid are doing their usual stuff, but F1 Kid keeps his third place for now. Have a good rest of NSL. Please stop saying that. Please stop it. I'm telling you, Mum. That's the biggest threat I could actually make. I will do it too. It's just what I'm not saying. No, no one is that in the league. Nobody is that. Oh, these are interesting thoughts. Jonas gets himself a track limit penalty again. Not again, sorry. Again, as in another person has got that today. Don't. Right. Yeah, we're doing it. We'll tell him, Mez. It has to happen. Mezzy, Mezzy. Go away. Go sleep. Go enjoy yourself. Survive. Meanwhile, we're back. Gap's still closing. Josh might just be in supreme pace today, to be fair, because if he's closing on a slower tyre, which maybe by now it's starting to close between tyre delta time for one lap between a hard and a medium, Josh shouldn't be catching at any stage still, even if that was true. So that means he's just got pure pace under his belt. He wants this championship sorted out now and not in 7 races with the gap more than 82 points. As a reminder, in the sprint, points gap is technically closed in by... How many points were it closed in by? 2. The gap's technically 80 points provisionally at the moment, assuming nothing else changes results-wise. So it's not... I mean, 2 points isn't as much as you want, but any points gap you can claim is whatever you can claim. 80 points can still be made to 0 and minus points by the end of the season, which is obviously F1 Kid's frame of mind. From Josh's point of mind, it's like, well, that's 80 points. Which either means you can afford to slip off the gas, or means I've clearly done well, I can probably make that bigger by now. I'll leave those two to sort out, as, once again, they're within 3 attempts. No one's thinking of a move just yet between these two. They're being safe. Looking out a slipstream, lifting off at the end of the straight early, just to make sure they don't overtake each other too soon, because... Oh, don't get too close too soon, I should say. If there's an overtake chance, I think they'll do it. Gap is also 1.4. How that gap is closed? I'm surprised. Maybe I'm just surprised by... Surprise. Maybe I'm just surprised by the medium's fall off on pace-wise. Because I don't want to say this after was just not quick. He definitely had the pace in the entire stint before, so maybe the medium's just surprising me. We'll see how that hangs out and moves on. I will say, to be fair, if you do want that medium tyre to be... The two-set to be all, like, ideal on a hard tyre, you probably don't want to be waiting much longer than... I don't know, 3 or 4 more laps before you want to use it, because you need to make the most of the fact that the hard tyre's slower, you just want to get laps and laps in on it, while everyone else is getting slower and slower, so And I don't think that's going to be the option. In short, that window's closing, we'll see if anything changes. That's a 2.5 temp gap. Clearly he doesn't want it, as he's not interested in the tow whatsoever, he just walks himself out of it. Could have easily gone for a move there if he wanted, says no, Raul's still following behind and chilling. No dice. DRS is open again. Sitting and chilling out. I don't know when the triggers are going to get pulled. It will be soon. It will be soon. Gap is now down to a second, and by the next DRS straight, if it keeps going this way, Josh will be within DRS range at turn... Well, for the main straight into turn 1, I should say, and that straight too. And the one after that. All of them, every straight. But we're good. Would you like to bring back Pangaea? I don't... no, probably not. As a cool science nerd, I'd love to see it, but I don't. I don't know. I haven't got an opinion on that. That's an interesting question. I didn't even think I'd actually get that. Out to Pangaea. Probably not. No, I feel like it'd be boring. This is obviously a very selfish thing. Boring that you can't like go across water to go places, and then everywhere would be landlocked except very few places, and there'd be no water. No. I'd like the idea of everyone having some ocean around them if they want. F1 Kid has decided enough is enough. He sends himself into P2 and into the second... Into P2 and into second position. Surprisingly, those two mean the same thing. I don't know if you realize that, but I did. They moved. Josh says, nah, we don't do that here. F1 Kid says, nah, we do that here. As meanwhile, Safso is absolutely dancing the rear of his car all over the gaff. Josh thought he had that done. Oh, well, I thought Josh had that done. Switches positions around. I see a battery down to 9-10%. This is an early point to trigger using your battery and pushing. But F1 Kid's done it and he's gone for it now. He had about 36. He's down to... Well, he's used it now, pretty much. Fair enough. He said now's the game and he's done it. That was a very... I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure how Josh... Surely he has a warning. Well, on lap 25. I need to check that. How is... If he hasn't got a warning there, I'm concerned. How? That must have been pinpoint close. Josh hasn't got a single warning all day. If I had glanced at that correctly. Which is fair enough. When precipitation, it's got slightly cloudier. Is all I'll say. It's not got darker, but it's just the clouds have descended a little bit over the track, but they're like normal clouds. Hello, they're going for it again. Safso is extremely close. That is impressively late braking. The two have touched again, and that's a bit more mean than before. I think, to be fair, I mean, that's racing, to be fair, I think you just gotta leave that one to go. It's unfortunate, cars locking with each other. F1 Kid did in brilliantly, I'll admit, to hold that car around the outside, and I think he deserved his space there, but I'm not sure how specifically they locked each other's wheels, but they did. And Josh ends up keeping himself in second place. But yeah, these two are not being... They're continuing the run from before. That has to be a warning. I've got time to check. If that isn't a warning, the game's gone. The game's gone. It is. I was about to say, I've seen... the game's got to be judging some of these. Somebody's got to be judged. That does give Safso some more time, as he was very, very close there. He's got some more time at the front. The clouds are definitely darkening as we're on lap 27 out of 36. Probably enough time for some rain to make a decent impact, but not got long left to make a pull of it. Yeah, that moment, I'm screaming, ref! Probably both of them are screaming ref at this point, which is the thing I love. I hate it if you're in the moment, because both of you are thinking it's each other's fault, and then you have to wait till later to actually judge that, but in the moment... Right now, if for at least little individual stuff like that, they both probably think it's each other. And I don't think it's any of them at all, whatever. I don't know. It's quite fun to see that from the other side point of view. When you're not thinking about actually having to give penalties for it. It's like, cool. But anyway, there's still time to go. 6/10 of a gap between Safso and Josh into P1 and P2, and then 4/10 behind for that, and another 3 to Rao. It's officially a train of 4. Nothing else you can say about that. And yeah, the medium tyres just... After 7 or 8 laps, compared to our hard tyre, don't have the pace, because Ethan was like 5.7, I think, away from the top 4. It's now 8.8. Not much he could have done. That qualifying hurt him, I guess, because, well, I think he had a rough run at the start too, but a bit higher qualifying, gets a couple extra positions, he's probably still in this fight. And that doesn't help him out. That is braking of the highest order. After absolutely being supreme on the brakes earlier and causing a little bit, well, not causing, but seeing some contact happen, that won't do it. That won't cut the mustard, and that will cut your track time a little bit down. And how in the world, after the end of that straight, is he pretty much back towards Josh's car? That doesn't make any sense. 1/10 gap between the front two. These guys are slowing while they're fighting. Oh, and he keeps the position. That is so close. Lifelines are being sent all over the gaff. F1 Kid should no longer be close to a single car after that. He should be out of DRS and gone. But for some reason, the front two have lost their own time, and not for some reason, they're fighting, but it means they're all back close together again. And the game is the game. Lap 28 out of 36, that is plenty of time for some precipitation to arrive at the racetrack. There's plenty of time. I want to say it's just about dark enough-ish that if you saw rain on the cars, it would make sense. And maybe you want to see it get a little bit darker before I can consider that. Josh is going to set himself for a move into P1 as Safso is now dropped down into second position. Reminder, Safso still hasn't pitted onto a second different compound of tyres, so he's due to make another stop. And considering he's staying out this long, I think it's quite safe to say you know what strategy he's going for. He needs and wants this rain to fall on the racetrack as he sets himself back up for a late outside move. Late, doesn't matter, it's done just exactly what he needed to do. He's up into P1 temporarily. Oh, and he might almost lose it, but it's gone too wide. Josh can't make the move back. F1 Kid and Raul are still playing nicely with each other. Half a second gap between the two of them. Well, between Raul and F1 Kid and him and Josh. That'll close up a little bit more. Friends are fighting and they've got free reign to do it for now. There's not been too much in the ways of battles behind. So they're kind of free. They've just got 2 pairs fighting against each other. But I think it's pretty much back to a 4 now. You've got a tactical wait and no moves into turn 1. You never see move into turn 1 due to the turn 3 move being an option. And you never see much move... Hang on, that looks like a random rain graphic popping up on the screen. It was indeed. That looked like a random rain graphic on the screen. Is that Josh in the lead of the race? I believe it is, as he overtakes into turn 3. And is that rain on the track? Now, 6 laps to go. 7 if you include this. This is perfect timing. I believe it's probably going to rain enough from this point, as Kronos gets an early stop onto Inters. He wants to be there as soon as he can. Even if it's the correct conditions for rain in like 2 laps. If it's not transitioning quick enough, there's a solid, fine call to stay out on the same tyres you're on and just come first. Just hold on to it. If you think you won't lose enough time, you're going to be okay. That's going to be a massive contact. Raul and Sasso are out of the race. Sasso couldn't hold on to the car. Raul couldn't get out of the way. Oh, that's painful. That is painful. It's a virtual safety car and both of them did dive into the pits. It's a full safety car now, as Bernd Meilander has said he's not waiting enough time for that. That's painful to watch. We're down to 4. That is painful. Sasso just had an error. He lost the car a bit. Nothing Raul could do. Sasso, nothing he could do. He just lost it in his own. That's pain. That is painful times. Everyone does take their stop onto Inters, so no one has to take any big risk. But that's unfortunate scenes. That's pain. That's pain. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to take someone else with you when you make an error like that, but it has happened. Safety car is out. It's a shame because I now wish I would have seen, you know, like an actual change and transition. But now we don't get to see it. I would love it to suddenly not rain enough that someone whacks back on the soft comp on tire and gaps everyone else, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's very light rain though. Those stuff never retire in the pits. I always say this in every race, league race, whatever, like there's always an opportunity to actually stay in the race. Like I think there's never a need to retire unless, if you're hell of frustrated against the game, it happens, you should do. Kronos has done exactly what I thought was going to happen. Okay. I didn't think it'd actually take that punch. I don't know if that's actually going to work, but if it does, that's huge. That is absolutely huge. Yeah, so, yeah, staying in the race is always like, though. You never know what's going to happen in the end. Something could just completely change the pace of the game. It's late safety car, and you're back in a decent result. Or even better than that. I have absolutely no clue, but you never know. That's not an easy thing to guarantee, so... The game is it. That is I'm not going to lie, that track's dry. That track ain't raining. That's a dry track. It's got rain on it, and it's probably a tiny bit slippery, as Tasso has unfortunately proven. But that's dry, blood. These are going to need to hope that there's some actual precipitation falling that's worthwhile. Otherwise, tyre temperatures might grow just a little bit. And forgetting that, I mean, I know there's only 4. A-Funk has found his way back into the podium, by the way, after surviving and keeping going. Track's looking a little bit more intermediate now. I think this last few corners, it's just finally transitioned. The Inters are probably safe at this point. But yeah, like, I don't know. A lot's going down. Then, hopefully lets them go after this lap. And we keep going. I know McLaren hasn't caught just yet. Yeah, that's pain. That's pain. Pain for Sasso, as he was obviously he was waiting for this exact moment. And as soon as the moment came, he couldn't keep a car on the island, and it's not gone well. Raul was still in that top 4 battle and just got caught with nothing he could do. So it's it. Both of them is just very unfortunate what was going down, and that's it. And any of the others who didn't FG, that's pain, because they would have got some free positions, and you would have been in a nice place to do something. Yeah, the track has perfectly transitioned, but he's front free, and Kronos is probably going to have to gamble off this strategy of hoping it doesn't rain enough. Because it definitely has. If Bernd stays in for another lap, which I think he is, it looks like he's going to be safe and he can just pit onto the new town, he'll be fine. Double checking he's not going to stay pitting in. No, he is! Painful! Painful for Kronos. You take the risk, which I respect. Looks like it's going to definitely not pay off. New Fortnite season hasn't even been out in a month. Hasn't been out a month, so I'm level 100 at your sweat. Still haven't played that in a long time. I've been back on COD Grind. That's been my sweaty stuff. Let's see you back on Fortnite. Greet Mythology theme. I'll allow it. I understand. I understand why you're in it. But still, you can't be on that game. Kidding. You're good, you're good. How you doing, Whiffin? Hope you're chilling, hope you're vibing tonight, as the restart has been on. Clan has caught up. We'll see how they do with pace, as that is a lightly intermediate track, but it's intermediate for sure. Penalties are going to be key right now. Provisionally, F1 Kid has one. I suspect it might be a possible chance of that one getting removed if he's not got enough warnings to get one already. Once we've got through this first straight, I'll have it. In fact, I'll check now, as no one's surely going to make a move. Has F1 Kid got enough warnings to collect the penalty anyways? He hasn't. So if F1 Kid gets one more warning, then this penalty is null and void and he'll be getting it anyway. But if he doesn't, then just maybe. I think actually, no, he might need 2 warnings for that to actually change. I'm not sure. But either way, there's a possible chance that he gets that gone. In which case, the racing on track actually still counts for something, in which case F1 Kid could still be in the lead. Might not win on track, but if penalties get removed, he'll get himself into first position. But on track is the thing we can only focus on. We can't judge any of that just yet. He has a free single penalty as far as we know. Same for Kronos as well. So we've just got to see what happens between these two. We've seen a battle at Spa between these two and Ethan. We've seen a battle at Zandvoort between just mainly these two, which ended a bit more heated than the last time. This entire race weekend, if you want to call it, we've probably heated up even more than that, but I don't even think between these two it was heated. It was just every single car on the racetrack. So, round 3. We'll see what goes down. Ethan's still here again. Absolutely still here to pick up any pieces, as there's plenty of opportunity for someone to get a bit too greedy, to send it a bit too much, things to happen, and you have no clue. I firmly believe F1 Kid will be thinking that penalty is going to go, so he'll race as if he's got none. Ethan's in a sound position to take what he can get, but Josh is also in a sound position. He's been extremely quick all race. It looks like he's probably one of the quickest on the track, so I don't think anyone's in a bad position. How did they handle the resolve for the end? Penalties-wise, what happened? Raul and... No, Safso just dropped it literally here on this corner as the transition was going from dry to wet. Dry tyres just couldn't hang on. And unfortunately, he tried his best, I saw, to be fair, but he just ended up collecting Raul on the way through. I did hear him holding brakes, in fairness, Raul, if you want to say it. He was holding it, he just couldn't hold his car any better off the track. As far as I saw on my screen and heard, he definitely was making a solid attempt at not making it go across the track. That's why I'm saying it more unlucky from everyone's point of view. Raul had nothing to do, obviously, with it, but yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked back, so we move. Anyways. Game's the game, on that note. We've got the top 3 to do their business. Kronos has obviously got absolutely nothing he can do, and he's just sitting as close as he can. He's probably just hoping if anyone has to pit, he's within a pit stop. If those soft tyres can survive. So it's fine, it's fine. We'll leave that. Yeah, we'll leave it to stewards. I don't know. I have no clue. A spin's a spin. I have no clue what's going to go down with it. We'll leave it for them. I just want to see what goes on track between the top 3. If any of them are going to make any moves and sends. The gap's pretty big between all 3 of them, though. Half a second between each of the cars. You're going to need to deploy some battery to actually change a couple stuff. So we'll have a look. 4 times gains. Battery-wise, 48%, 44%, 52% for the top 3 respectively. We are now about to start the final lap of the race. It's game on! Who's going to be making the sends? Who's going to be keeping first place on track? I have absolutely no clue. But that's a 2.5 temp gap. We've got to stay on board with this move and this move firstly. That's a hesitant turn 1, I want to say, from Josh. Probably it's wise, but it's hesitant. Battery's going to get dumped from both of the cars. The rain light's flashing. It's not purely for battery. Don't think it's close enough in the slightest to make the move at turn 3, though. That's what you're missing out with no DRS. He's got to get the perfect traction, and I don't think he has done. I think Josh has been saved there with that traction moment from F1 Kid. Ethan's just a bit too far behind. It'd have to be an almighty send, and there's nothing he can do. It's a bit of a wide moment. Not enough again. They're both... Oh, that's a big snap. That's a big snap. Is Ethan close enough to pounce on that? He is not. In the rain, it just makes those little moments a little bit harder to pounce on. You need the DRS just around it to make it as chaotic as it is for those first corners. It can definitely get chaotic even in the wet, but there's just a tiny bit of margin saved for all the cars. But in that note, unless I'm seeing something radical happen in the final corners, a massive spin, Pooch has finally turned up at the right time as we round on the final corner. Timing is crucial. On track, we cross the line, and Josh does go ahead and win the Austrian Grand Prix. On track, even gets second place. F1 Kid's going to settle with third position, and eventually Kronos will get fourth. The rest of the grid's been slightly finessed with some actions and we've lost 4 of the cars. There's possible penalty maneuver, but either way, the order's the order. Josh wins the race. He's got 25 points. Who got the fastest lap of the race? It was Ethan, so he's going to get himself 19 at the moment. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. The podium sitters are, if I do check, are they the same as they have been for a while? Yes, they have. Yes, they have. But regardless, that's Josh's first win since Spain. He's been winless for 3 rounds, which he's probably not been happy with. But he's back on his stuff. Respectful stuff. Respectful stuff. Yeah, respecting, I think F1 Kids Pen to probably end up switching off, so he's probably going to end up having second, but game's the game. That was a race. That was a racing order for the people. That did not go to plan. Probably, yeah, not ideal for some. Not ideal for some. I saw some action go down. I enjoyed that. I think it's one of those, again, we've had a few sprints where the sprints probably ended up accidentally being more entertaining than the race, which makes sense. It's kind of its job. It's shorter, but yeah, wasn't like it was just a slight taster. It was more like that was where most of the action was and the rest didn't come elsewhere. Either way, actually seeing it on track properly, the proper results. Josh first, Ethan second, F1 Kid in third, Carlos in 4th position. The fastest lap still going to Ethan's car for the Ferraris, which I do believe, with Vastamai not gaining any points, will be pushing Ethan and the Ferraris up ahead of them in the Constructors, which would be nice to see. AlphaTauri obviously gaining a bit, and F1 Kid and Williams still going to be gaining some nice points on the Red Bulls. Again, didn't have anyone racing today, so fair game. Sasso had a spin, lost it. Raul was collected by said spin. Not ideal times. He was on, though. He was on for a good result near the end. A lot of people had a good chance to get good results all weekend, this one. The sprint, a lot of people could have won it. The race, a lot of strategies trying to play out, but not all of them working out in the end, of course. That was the time. Come round, come outside. Oh, the game's the game. The game's the game. That is a race. That was not too bad. We're going to be back next time out. Of course, we're not done with the season yet. Next time out is going to be at Hungary, which is harder to overtake on the racetrack, you know. Of course. But we move. We'll see how that one goes. That's going to be a time. No sprint, no special stuff going on there. We can have some music, by the way. We need those. Come to my... We move. But yeah, next race, next week. Usual business, usual Tuesday, usual times, usual spaces if anyone wants to hop in and turn in as a reserve, and also if you want to hop in as a full-time seat. Better if you want to do it by now before the end. There you go, Season 10, all the promo stuff's on the script. If you're involved, you want to do it, now's the time. Now's the time. Screenshot this, send it to your people if you know anyone wants to get involved in the league. If you're watching, you want to get involved, now's your opportunity. !NSL in the Twitch chat, or the Discord link on the YouTube VODs, or !Discord in the... Either way, get in the Discord is my point, and join up and sign up and you chat. In other words, hi, how did you all find that? Is everyone good? Are we all chilling? We need the face cam back on. What was the name for Hungarian appearance to cook the field? Intro moments trying to get repeated. That was the last time. We had some rain last time as well. Listen, you're always welcome if you want to have a quick guest appearance in. You're always welcome. I'm sure people might not be as welcoming for you hopping back in because in case you cook them. But I mean, I'm always down. We're always down if you ever see yourself hopping. Sodium Messi. No, Sodium United, by the way. Thank you very much. We ain't playing, Gav. We ain't playing. Ginge, we'll allow it. We cook. We would capitulate 65-0 against any team with any organisation. Do they have any? Alright, anyways. That is that for the stream. Thank you everyone else for watching. Of course, thank you everyone who's watched on the VOD. Of course, if you're watching the YouTube side, if you're not picking that bit out, !NSL, YouTube, or !VODs. You get the link to that and you're good. YouTube will catch you soon.